For years, you've been told that walking is the best activity after 60. Simple, gentle, accessible to everyone. And yet, what no one has told you is that this belief, however popular, is only half true. Because if you continue walking without incorporating certain specific movements, you risk not progressing, but limiting yourself. Walking is excellent for your heart, that's true. But it doesn't build the muscular resistance your body desperately needs to combat sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that begins around age 50. And that's the trap. Walking, yes. But walking alone, no. Because after 60, votre corps n'a plus qu'une envie. Bouger. It's looking to rebuild. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 exercices simples. Pas de salle de sport nécessaire. Pas d'équipement compliqué nécessaire. Qui peuvent transformer votre énergie, votre posture, and even your confidence. These are discreet yet powerful movements, backed by science, that most people are still unaware of. And stay tuned until the end, because I'll share a secret bonus. A trick that longevity coaches use to double results in just 5 minutes a day. Ready? Let's begin. Premier mouvement, ce que j'appelle le deuxième pompage cardiaque. An exercise so simple that it's often forgotten, and yet it's one of the most powerful for stimulating circulation, strengthening legs, and regaining the lightness that many feel they've lost. Premier. Seated calf raises, the secret of the second heart pump. Imaginez-vous assis sur une chaise stable, pieds plats sur le sol. Gently raise your heels, then slowly lower them back down. This seemingly simple movement activates a key muscle, the soleus, along with the gastrocnemius. But here's what few people know. Your calves aren't just walking muscles. They're nicknamed the second heart pump. With each contraction, they propel blood back up to the upper body, supporting your heart in its work. A study from the University of Milan, conducted on over 120 seniors, showed that regular calf exercises reduced leg swelling by 35% and decreased the risk of varicose veins after just haute semaines. In other words, the stronger your calves, the smoother your circulation, and the more energy you regain. And there's another benefit. Strong calves mean better balance, fewer falls, and a more stable gait. Concrete results from simple movements. Siège sur une chaise robuste. Feet flat, back straight. Slowly rise onto your tiptoes, contracting your muscles at the top, then gently lower yourself back down. Start with 2 séries de 15 répétitions, 1 ou 2 fois par jour. And to intensify the exercise, place a backpack full of books on your knees. That's all. De répéter tous les jours, ce petit mouvement agit comme un booster de vitalité. I remember Claire, 68, coming to see me and saying, I walk every day, but my legs always feel heavy. I don't understand. After 2 weeks of calf raises, she told me, it's amazing. I feel like my blood is circulating better. My legs feel light. It's not magic. It's physiological. And it's something everyone can do. Next, we'll talk about an even more underestimated exercise, but one that scientists now consider a marker of longevity. A simple hand gesture capable of predicting your strength, your heart health, and even your life expectancy. Want to know what it is? Then stay with me. We don't realize it, but hand strength tells a story. A story of vitality, of still sharp nerves, of well-connected muscles, and above all, a story of independence. Yes, vous avez entendu juste. Your hand strength is now recognized by science as a direct indicator of longevity. Deuxième towel squeeze, the longevity marker. Ce mouvement semble enfantin, and yet it perfectly encapsulates the connection between your brain, your heart, and your muscles. Imagine yourself holding a simple rolled-up towel between your hands. You squeeze it tightly, pour quelques secondes, puis vous la lâchez. That's all. And yet, it all happens internally. This action activates not only the muscles in your hand and forearm, but also the nerve connections that keep your motor system sharp and responsive. Strong hands aren't just about grip strength, they're an overall health indicator. Une étude de 2015 à l'Université de Glasgow impliquant plus de 140 000 participants âgés de 55 à 75 ans a montré que les personnes ayant une force de préhension plus faible avaient un risque de 93% de développer une maladie cardiaque, higher risk of death from all causes. In other words, the hand is the window to the body. When it loses strength, it's often a sign that the rest of the body is also slowing down. And the good news is, the trend is reversing because grip strength can be regained at any age. Application pratique. Prenez une grande serviette, roll it up tightly, then grasp it with both hands. Squeeze avec toutes vos forces pendant 5 secondes. Relâchez doucement et répète. Do 2 séries de 10 pressions pour commencer. Ensuite, au fil des semaines, augmentez la durée à 7 ou 8 secondes. And if it's too easy, use a thicker towel or squeeze a tennis ball. This simple movement improves coordination, strengthens the forearms, and stimulates blood circulation. You will quickly feel warmth in your hands. That's the blood returning, the vitality flowing. Jean's example, Jean, 72 ans, ancien charpentier, avait perdu beaucoup de force dans ses mains après une chirurgie de l'épaule. He told me, opening a jar has become a struggle. We started towel squeezes, 5 minutes a day, sitting in front of the TV. A month later, he laughed. I opened the jam jar without calling my wife for help. It's not an Olympic feat, but it's a symbol of regained independence. What science shows. What I love about this exercise is that it works without pain, without strain, and it reconnects your brain to your body. Simple movements, profound effects. And speaking of simple movements, the next movement will surprise you, because it will work your entire upper body without lying down, without sweating, without equipment. Just unmoor suffit. We often talk about legs, but we forget one thing. The upper body also weakens with age. And when your arms, shoulders, and chest lose their strength, everything becomes more difficult. Opening a door, getting out of bed, carrying your shopping bags, you simplement se tenir droit. That's where one of the most underrated yet transformative exercises comes in. Wall push-ups. Troisième. Wall push-ups. Force supérieure fonctionnelle du haut du corps. Vous n'avez pas besoin d'un tapis ou de genoux au sol, just un mur solide et 2 mains prêtes à retrouver leur force. Here's how. Place your hands shoulder-width apart on the wall, flat, with your fingers slightly spread. Move your feet back a little to form a straight line from your heels to your toes. Then slowly bend your arms until your chest approaches the wall. Finally, gently push back up to the starting position. There you go. You've just done a functional push-up. And your heart, arms, and back will thank you already. What science says. Selon une étude de 2020 publiée dans le Journal of Physical Therapy Science, sur les seniors de plus de 65, 6 semaines d'abdos muraux, 3 fois a week, increased arm strength by 28% et stabilité des épaules par 19%. But the most impressive thing is the impact on posture. Participants had less neck pain and stood straighter after 2 months. Because in reality, this exercise does much more than just build muscle. It activates the postural muscles, those that keep your spine aligned, your back strong, and your chest open. Progression and technique. Start with 2 sets de 10 à 12 repetitions. Focus on controlling the movement. Lower yourself slowly, push up smoothly. When you want to increase the difficulty, simply move your feet back slightly. The further you move them, the harder your body works. You can also place your hands a little lower to engage your chest more. A little tip. Toujours garder votre corps droit, sans arcage de la colonne vertébrale, et respirez profondément avec chaque répétition. Inhale as you lower yourself. Exhale as you push back up against the wall. This rhythm activates not only your muscles, but also your respiratory system. Anne's story. Anne, 66 ans, avait toujours évité les exercices du haut du corps. She would say, "My shoulders ache, my arms are too weak, it's not for me." I challenged her. 10 pompées contre le mur tous les jours. Juste 1 minute. 3 semaines plus tard, elle m'a écrit, "J'ai réussi à soulever mes bagages toute seule à la gare." That day, she regained not only strength but also pride. What I love about this exercise is that it's not just about muscular effort. It builds confidence. Every time you push past that wall, you also push past the limits you thought you had. And remember, a strong upper body also means a better supported heart, deeper breathing, and a posture that naturally makes you look younger. Now let's go a little lower, towards your legs, to the very foundation of your stability. Because after 60, what protects your independence isn't your cardio or your speed. It's your ability to get up easily, to walk without pain, and to maintain your balance. And all of that depends on a single muscle group, your quadriceps, the guardians of stability. Concerned about your independence? So let's look at the next movement together, the one I call the knee shield. You've probably noticed, as the years go by, getting up from a chair or climbing stairs becomes more difficult, and often we blame the joints, when the real problem is the muscles that surround them. The knee, for example, isn't inherently fragile. It becomes fragile when its guardians weaken. The quadriceps, quatrième, seated knee extension, the quadriceps shield. This is a simple, discrete exercise that you can do in your living room, at the table, or even while watching TV. And yet, it's one of the most powerful movements for preserving your independence. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight, place your hands on the armrests or your thighs, then slowly extend one leg in front of you until it is straight. Hold the position for 2 to 3 seconds, feel the contraction in your thigh, and then slowly lower yourself back down. Repeat with the other leg. There you go. You've just strengthened the muscle that will allow you to climb stairs without wincing, stand up without support, and walk with lightness. What science says? Une étude de l'Université de Tokyo menée sur 82 adultes âgés de plus de 70 ans a montré que l'exercice de simples extensions de genoux, 10 minutes par jour, ont augmenté la force quadriceps de 33% en 6 semaines et ont réduit de moitié le risque de chute. That's huge, because every fall avoided means a degree of independence preserved. Progression and technique. Commencez par 2 séries de 10 répétitions par jambe. Si vous voulez progresser plus vite, ajoutez une bouteille d'eau ou un petit poids pour la cheville pour créer une résistance. And above all, always control the descent. That's when the muscle gets the most strength. A little secret. This movement also improves circulation in the legs, which helps reduce swelling and the feeling of heaviness. And when your legs feel lighter, your whole body follows. Fatima's story. Fatima, 73, had been afraid of stairs since her fall the previous year. We worked together on this simple movement every morning after her café. Après un mois, elle m'a dit, j'ai pris l'escalier pour monter voir ma petite fille. Pas de douleur, pas de peur. Her smile that day was worth more than any degree in the world, because ultimately, what we're looking for isn't to break records. It's to regain the freedom to move. And now, there's one last piece of the puzzle. A movement that, all by itself, strengthens your entire body. No equipment needed, just your weight, your breath, and your willpower. It's called the plank, and it's your natural armor. Cinquième, the plank, the body's armor. The plank is one of the most complete exercises there is, because it works everything at once. Your abs, back, shoulders, glutes, and legs. And above all, it protects your spine, like a stability belt. Imagine your body as a suspension bridge. When the core cables are strong, the whole bridge remains stable. But quand ils s'affaiblissent, tout s'effondre. That's exactly what the plank does. It strengthens your core, the functional heart of your body. Technique. Mettez-vous à 4 pattes. Support yourself sur vos avant-bras et sur les balles de vos pieds. Keep your body straight, without arching your back or lifting your hips. Hold the position for 15 à 20 secondes au début, puis progressivement augmenter. 30, 45, 60 secondes. What if it's too difficult? Simply start with your hands resting on a table or sofa. The important thing is consistency, not difficulty. What the studies say. Une étude menée à l'Université du Colorado a montré que, après 8 semaines de planking régulier, les participants de plus de 60 ans improved their balance by 40% et réduit considérablement leur douleur au bas du dos. The plank is more than just an exercise. It's a natural fall prevention measure. Michel's story. Michel, 69 ans, avait souffert de douleurs lombaires pendant des années. He started by holding a plank for 10 secondes par jour. 3 mois plus tard, il m'a dit « Je n'ai plus peur de baisser pour ramasser quelque chose. » My back holds up. And that day he understood. His strength didn't come from his muscles, but from his perseverance. There you have it. You now know these 5 simple, powerful movements, requiring no equipment. 1. Calf raises. The second heart pump. 2. Towel press. Le marqueur de longévité. 3. Wall push-ups. Force supérieure fonctionnelle. 4. Extension de genoux. Le bouclier quadriceps. 5. And the plank. Your natural armor. 5 clés. 5 minutes par jour. And a transformation that depends only on you. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine. In a few weeks, you'll be getting up without pain. You'll be walking, uprighter, more confident. You feel your legs are strong, your heart is light, your energy is returning. It's not a miracle promise. It's simply your body, regaining its power. And above all, remember, everything I share here is for informational purposes only. It never replaces the advice of a healthcare professional, but it can be the starting point for renewed vitality. So why wait? Start aujourd'hui. And if you want to go further, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and download our free guide on the Next Age Health website to regain strength, balance, and energy after 60. Parce qu'à votre âge, marcher est bon, mais maîtriser son corps est mieux. And that starts now. And that wall, believe me, is going to become your best coach.